Samarth by Hyundai defines a key moment in our recent past that sheds the spotlight on the lives and realities of millions of persons with disabilities and the invisible barriers that exist all around them. To help us understand the core of this campaign better, we have with us this morning Tarun Garg, Director and Chief Operating Officer of Hyundai Motor India Limited, in our studios today. Welcome, Mr. Garg. We are in the second year of a very successful campaign. I want to start by asking you, how does the campaign resonate with the larger vision of progress for humanity championed by Hyundai Motor India Limited?
Thank you, Navika. At Hyundai, we don't just make cars. We aim to empower lives, and every step that we take is driven by a deep sense of humanity at its core. Then whether it is through our commitment to hydrogen-powered solutions or our next-gen electric vehicles. Now, this is the thought that drives Samarth, an initiative that aims to create an inclusive and barrier-free society for persons with disabilities. We believe that mobility should never be a privilege reserved for a few. It must be a right for all. Now, starting in November 23, we have made, we believe, considerable efforts under the initiative. Now, to create awareness, inspire inclusivity, we partnered with, of course, our brand ambassador, Shah Rukh Khan. Then we partnered with multiple media houses to bring all relevant stakeholders together on one platform to run a mass awareness drive. Samarth, I believe, is the true embodiment of Hyundai's vision, progress for humanity. And then through our partnership with Go Sports Foundation and Wheeling Happiness Foundation, we have utilized the power of sports to uplift and empower individuals. Now, the results have been very encouraging. 7 athletes out of 26 supported by us represented our country, Bharat, at the Paris Paralympics, with 2 bringing medals for our country. I think it's a small but very, very inspiring start for us. We've also been part of India's blind cricket journey since 2023. In partnership with Samarth Trust, we have organized international championships for the Indian blind cricket team and also supported blind cricket at the ground level. Now, beyond Hyundai's involvement in this journey, my team has come across so many inspiring stories and journeys. I will tell you one such anecdote. Now, during our search for partners for the para-athlete program, we met a remarkable young para-athlete from a remote village in Karnataka. And when we asked her how did she find her way into the para-sports, she said she did not know much about it, One day, someone told her about a Paralympian who had won a medal for Bharat and how much pride that brought to the nation. I think that moment sparked a dream within her. And then she said, I will bring a medal for our country as well. But her aspirations have not stopped. Now she wants to become an IAS officer because she wants to change the lives of so many people like her. I think this has really moved me to the core. We truly believe, Navika, that this initiative is beyond just one corporate bringing the change. It is about bringing together the society to create a better world for all of us. I think through Samarth, we are not just reimagining mobility, we are working towards building a society which is inclusive and accessible to all.
Mr. Garg, you're so very passionate about this. I want to ask you, what is the significance of making technology accessible to persons with disability? How can it improve their quality of life?
I think, Navika, we need to recognize that disability does not disable people. The environments do. Technology, we all know, is a great leveler, and it has the power to transform these environments, making them more accessible and more inclusive for all. I think while working on this initiative, someone shared a powerful perspective with me. I think if you look around, many of us rely on assistive devices daily without even realizing it. I think my spectacles, without them, what am I? This is technology. It is really helping me and helping so many others because without it, I would not have a correct vision. I think this tells us how even simple technology can enhance lives. Today, advancements in AI, machine learning, smart innovations, I think they're opening new doors for accessibility, from voice-assisted navigation to AI-driven prosthetics. I think opportunities to create solutions for persons with disabilities are huge. The real challenge, of course, is to ensure that these technologies reach the masses. I think we need to really create awareness, drive affordability, so that inclusivity becomes a standard, not a privilege. We know that accessibility and existing technology, it is still a great challenge for a country as big as India. So, what we did, we partnered with Samarth Trust. We distributed assistive devices to people with needs. I think last year we did about 228 such distributions. I think we plan to do the same this year. We believe very strongly, Navika, that these simple solutions will empower people and help make the world and opportunities little more accessible to them.
I mean, it's so very important. How is Hyundai actually adapting these technological innovations to its product?
I think this comes, of course, naturally to us. Technology is at the core of our DNA, and we are harnessing innovation to make Hyundai cars more accessible for persons with disabilities. Just to tell you, last year, we introduced 4 swivel seat accessories, Navika, I think with our partner Hyundai Mobis. Now, these are designed to facilitate easy ingress as well as egress in the front row passengers. But then people said, okay, what about if I want to drive it? We said, why not? So let me share a secret with you. We are now in the advanced stages of developing an accessory which will be tailored for people with lower body mobility challenges. And this will enable them to drive. We are currently at the testing stage, and hopefully we will be able to introduce to the market very soon.
Yeoman service that this season of Samarth by Hyundai moves from awareness to action. What are some of the key agendas that the campaign aims to accomplish, Mr. Garg?
So, Navika, I think one key learning for us last year was that while awareness is vital, but a real progress will require dedicated efforts in assistive technology and infrastructure. I think this is one key understanding, and this has shaped our key agenda for this year. So what did we do? We kicked off this year's journey by being part of Purple Jalosh, one of India's largest inclusivity festivals. I think this gave us a platform where culture and technology, they come together. So this was very good. Of course, like I mentioned, we proudly we were associated with the second edition of the Samarth Championship for Blind Cricket. I follow cricket a lot, and I was very happy to see the Indian cricket team having a comprehensive victory over South African team. Of course, we have partnered with the very prime Times network, and I think it will really help us to accelerate our efforts and to bring especially all stakeholders. I think they need to be on one platform so that then only I think inclusivity can come to the front. There are many other things together we are planning to do under this partnership. Some of them, let me share with you. We are setting up a think tank, Samarth think tank. I think this will have prominent advocates of inclusivity. Now they will guide our efforts and help us in creating large-scale awareness. And also, I think these experts, we want to develop a Samarth accessibility rating. I think this is something very interesting and very close to my heart. This will be a unique evaluation system, Navika. I think that will define benchmark for infrastructure accessibility. Because we believe that all of us think that we are doing enough. But then how do we know? How do we measure it? And we believe that unless something can be measured, it cannot be improved. So I think then we'll request the government and corporates to adopt these ratings and of course enhance their accessibility initiatives in their offices, public spaces, other buildings. We'll of course reach out to the leaders of tomorrow. We'll go to schools. We'll bring in inclusivity right from there. We'll instill the values of inclusivity in young children. And of course, at the end of it all, we are going to present a report to the Government of India. We believe that there are still a lot of changes which can be brought to the policy. And I'm sure you, as a flag bearer with us, will really help us to do that.
Mr. Garg, yes, cricket is a religion, and I am, really happy to see that pride in your eyes about the blind cricket team winning the cup. And what better way to make people with disability understand that this is really not a disability. Actually, winning laurels for the country happens. But the drive of humanity to change the society and its thinking, that is something that is rewarding to see, especially with the passion that you have in your eyes. I want to ask you, in line with our Make in India campaign, what scope do you think India has to become the hub for accessible technology industry?
Absolutely, Navika. In fact, last year under Samarth, we conducted an assistive device conclave, and I think that opened my mind to the tremendous things Indian startups are doing in this space. We saw innovations like NeoMotion wheelchair. It's a very simple wheelchair and it converts into a scooter. Just brilliant, AI-driven smart glasses, customizable hearing solutions. I think so many more devices. This was so amazing. I believe simple innovations can really make a huge difference, Navika. Believe you me, there's a massive opportunity for Indian startups to tap into this space, especially that we have 30 million plus people with disabilities in India. And I think we should think local. I believe there is a huge market to be tapped globally. We have so many skillful, tremendously talented young minds, engineering minds. They have a potential to mass produce these devices, cater to global markets. I believe with the Make in India initiative, this huge potential can be harnessed to create a real change, not only in our country, Bharat, but across the world.
Mr. Tarun Garg, your personal commitment and Hyundai's total passion for this inclusivity as well as accessibility as their main objectives and the guiding principles of humanity at the core are really heart-touching. Thank you so much, Mr. Garg, for joining us today and sharing your valuable insights. We are confident that Samarth by Hyundai will grow to be a national movement, ushering a new era of accessibility, inclusivity, and dignity above all for persons with disabilities. Truly a pleasure partnering with you, and I at Times Network can pledge our wholehearted support to this cause. Thank you much.